Jessica, and I'm here to spread a message to on the other side of things, so people can see things for what they really are, especially in the case of George Zimmerman versus Travon Martin. I personally believe that the media sort of was very one-sided and made the message go viral, trying to say that it was a race issue, when in reality it was just an issue of self-defense. And George Zimmerman was doing his job as the neighborhood watch committee. He saw a kid, suspicious character, not because of race, but because it's 2 o'clock in the morning, running around people's yards. He decided to approach the kid and simply got assaulted for it. And as he was being assaulted, he decided to pull his gun out and self-defend himself. And that's what I'm looking at. And I feel like people are making this a race issue when it has nothing to do with race. I don't feel like George Zimmerman has said anything prejudiced.
Well, taking the race out of the whole thing,
yeah.
George Zimmerman had no official training to carry a gun as part of this neighborhood watch. Basically, I grew up in Harlem myself, and when we had neighborhood watch, all we were armed with was whistles and walkie-talkies. So what do you feel about the fact that he actually had a gun? He probably wasn't licensed to use it the correct way, and that's probably what led to the situation.
Yeah. Well, I feel like since he was licensed to use a gun, whether it was not licensed the right way or he wasn't trained the right way, officially the police gave him permission to have the gun. And as the neighborhood watch committee, he knows that there was robberies within the area. And he wasn't looking to shoot somebody, but after he simply got up. He called the police previously before he approached Travon, even though they told him not to follow him. Maybe it was wrong that he did get out of the car and pursue him. But at the same time, simply for asking Travon a question, Travon got defensive and instead assaulted Zimmerman. And I don't know how it led to Zimmerman being on the ground. Obviously, he overpowered him one way or another. Zimmerman was on his back, getting his face bashed into the concrete. In the end, he did what he could. He was pulling the gun, and maybe it's horrible that Travon had to get killed. But the way I see it from the trials,
fucking racist.
Okay, you see the ignorance we see from people. But anyways, so I'm sorry. You can edit out the bad parts.
No.
I don't know if he was joking or not.
Well, the whole thing, like I said, I removed the race from it myself. My main issue is the fact that, personally, Zimmerman was a neighborhood watch guy, but we don't really know how much power he was supposed to have. Like, if he authorized to use deadly force as part of his neighborhood watch. When we do neighborhood watch, we work with the police. And so if the police tells you not to do something, you're supposed to not to do it. So my question for you is, do you feel that because he went against the police order, that he should be responsible for at least that?
I don't think he should be responsible necessarily for the killing of Travon. The most he should be accounted for is the fact that he got out of his car and followed Travon. That would be like a minor case. But the fact of the matter is, when push came to shove, he got pushed down. Hi. How are you? I'm sorry, my friend.
That's okay.
When push came to shove, he used his gun because, what else are you gonna do when you get, like I said, when you're getting your face bashed into the concrete? Evidently, he ended up in that position, whether he got himself in that position by doing the wrong thing or not. Ultimately, I feel like he used the gun as a self-defense because he had the weapon on him and he was getting beaten. So I look at it that, what are you gonna do if I'm getting my face slammed into the concrete? I don't care who the person on top of me is. If I have a gun on me, a knife, I will do whatever it takes to defend myself.
Right. Yeah, but the thing is, he was basically stalking Travon, and he had a deadly weapon. And so pretty much, in all scenarios, Zimmerman had the upper hand.
Yeah.
So that's the unfortunate situation. So, most people feel that, one person's dead and somebody should have some kind of charge against him for that. Not, life imprisonment or anything like that, but it was manslaughter. So I think that's why most people feel there wasn't justice, because,
I understand that, and I totally agree with you about him doing the wrong thing, but the bottom line, the way I see it, is that Zimmerman was on top, Travon was on bottom. I mean, even though you did the wrong thing and approached the person, that doesn't justify Travon to punch the guy and slam on top of him. I mean, if Travon was afraid of this guy, why didn't he call the police or run away? Why did he assault Zimmerman?
But that's the whole thing. Travon was using self-defense with non-deadly force. against Zimmerman. And Zimmerman used self-defense with deadly force against Travon. So that's where people feel that this is unjust.
Yeah, but what could you do if you're being overpowered? Like, let's say if you were getting your face bashed in concrete and somebody is overpowering you and you had a gun, that was the only alternative to get out of that situation, even though maybe you fought that person. I mean, what could you do at that point?
Right. Well, the one thing is, one, we wouldn't have a gun on us. Because your shirt is very interesting to me. I would take a quick shot of it.
Yeah.
Because you support Zimmerman and, you love to support peace.
Yeah.
But we feel that there's just too many guns in this country, and having more guns doesn't make people safer. So what's your feeling about gun control in this country?
I feel like it's our Second Amendment. I mean, absolutely, if somebody misuses the guns, their rights should be taken away from them. But from the side note, our Second Amendment says we have the right to bear arms. That is a constitutional right, and we should not be able to have that taken away from us because people feel like that's what they should do, that's what should be done. That's something just like freedom of speech, the right to bear arms. Like, that's the right that I don't see people shouldn't be able to take away from us. And as Zimmerman, especially as he's a trusted watch committee, he's had witnesses in his neighborhood, his neighbors and everything, telling the judge and the jury and the courtroom at the trial how much of a good man he is, how he's trying so hard to be good for his community. And that's what I see in him. I didn't see any bias or prejudice. I see that a concerned citizen, and that's how I looked at it.
Choose to come here with that shirt and then put support peace when you have to tell me deep in your heart, because if I would have shot you, honey, my ass would have been dead a long time ago or been under that jail. So there's nothing peaceful about it.
I don't feel sorry either way, but I don't look at it as race. I look at it as two people that got into conflict. I don't look at one.
And one died. Are you nuts?
It's horrible, but I don't.
Conflict is different if one died.
Okay, but people die every day. So why is this on the media over all the people that are dying every single day?
I hope the police walk with you. I'm gonna follow your ass home.
All right, let's be peaceful about this.
Why can we be peaceful?
And someone died. You say that to Zimmerman.
I'm gonna sit out and wait for you.
Let's not forget why we're here. I just think that it's very bold. But I mean, your shirt is just, it's throwing me off. Because you
It's
have
only bold
peace
'cause
and
the
love
police
in your
protect
shirt, and
you.
there was nothing peaceful or loving.
I don't want to argue with people. I want to have an intelligent
Well, if you
conversation.
come out with a
Honey,
shirt
I'm getting a
like that,
PhD. You want to get intelligence?
when you're bold enough to come out with a
about
shirt like that, then you got to be bold enough to handle all of this, because
Well,
we're
I am
all
handling
Trayvon Martin. That is our son. That is our
But I'm
brother.
not
So
yelling,
it's
and
just
I'm not
like
being violent.
we're not being violent, because we could show violence now.
But I don't
This
want
is
to
not
show
violent.
I have a question for you.
I think you should probably go to Florida and wear that shirt. Go to Disney World, Disneyland, the beach, and rest. And enjoy your shirt, but don't wear that here. Not right this moment.
But I am wearing it.
Yeah, and I think it's bold. I think it's
You're
bold.
comfortable wearing it right now because nobody has done what they need
Sweetie,
to
please
do.
go to Florida.
Let me tell
Please,
you something.
honey
If
bunny.
people did what they need to do, it would be really hard. Because see, it's Oscar Grant, it's Sean Bell, it's Ariana Jones. It's a long list of black men that have been murdered. You understand? It's not just about
horrible. I think
Trayvon.
anybody should get
Exactly.
murdered.
So this is racism and white supremacy. And you have a tremendous amount of audacity to come here and think that you have the right to continue to disrespect us. And it's only because people are traumatized and paralyzed that you're not hurt.
I think it's
I'm gonna be honest
horrible.
with you. It's the only reason why, because you're not hurt.
I think it's horrible that a kid got killed.
But you don't think it's horrible. You don't think it's horrible.
I mean, my question is, what would you do if you were on the ground getting your face bashed?
All right, now,
No,
but
listen,
I respect your
listen,
opinion.
listen.
Listen. I respect your opinion, but all
She
of
knew what
this
she was doing,
is
and the
not the
attention that
time.
she's getting is
It's not the
exactly
time.
what she wanted. So instead of sitting here arguing with her, let her wear her support Zimmerman shirt.
I'm sorry I have
Her shirt comes enough. We don't need to hear her
Yeah, I know,
voice.
but
Let her shirt
it's
talk and let her ass
not
walk
the time for that. We're here mourning, and this is just an attack.
I'm not trying to attack you guys. I'm trying to make people see another side of it. That's all
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
trying to do.
totally respect your opinion, but you come to an all Trayvon rally with a shirt on. You know what? You know how they say Trayvon was asking for it? You're asking for it right
I'm
now.
not trying to, but why would I be? Why should I
Everyone in this
expect
rally is
violence?
peaceful.
Shouldn't
You
people like
understand?
I'm not saying you should expect violence. I'm saying you should expect outrage.
I expect people to be peaceful. That's why I'm not.
And I am being peaceful.
We've been peaceful too damn long.
I am being peaceful.
People are spreading a message to intimidate violence when I'm talking very calmly to everybody.
No, I understand that. And I
going towards this and setting the wrong message.
Exactly, and I respect your opinion. I respect your opinion, and me punching in your face is
I feel
exactly what they
horrible when I
want.
lose
Somebody, you lose people every
But at the
day.
same time, people are angry because Zimmerman got off not guilty. But there were 6 women jurors. None of
There
them
was
even knew
5
each other.
white women and
But the
1
common
black
sense,
woman.
the
Thank
common
you very
sense
much.
will tell you at a rally where everyone's supporting Travon, everyone here emotions to support Travon. So you come with I support Zimmerman, it's a contradiction. It really is a slap in the face. Common sense would tell you that.
Now, if you came with I support Travon, support peace, you would have been welcome. You would have been welcome. If you just made your opinion known with a support Travon t-shirt, you would have been welcome.
It's like walking into a mosque. Hey, watch. The woman in a wheelchair. Be very careful where you go.
Protect the white racist girl! That's right! Protect the white racist!
My name is Liz Herrera. I have a 17-year-old son myself. He's not black, but it is not of any comfort to me that he won't be stopped because he's not black. It's not any comfort of me that anybody gets stopped because he's black. He's an innocent boy, Travon, and he did not deserve to die for no reason, for just walking home. Yesterday was a sad day in America. I love America, but the justice system failed yesterday. It has for a long time for a lot of black people. I'm very sad, obviously, very sad. Not just for Travon, but for what this means. And this acquittal made a statement, and it's a very negative, sad statement, and it's very scary. Thank you.
Were you following the trial?
Very closely, yeah.
Were you surprised by the outcome, or were you sort of expecting it based on how the trial was going?
Considering it was a small town in Florida in a southern state, not surprised, but I was hoping. I was hoping that the truth would override prejudice, and it didn't work out that way. It was just kind of hopeful thinking, I guess. Thank you.
My name is Simone, and I'm here because I feel like the guilty man got off for killing an innocent young teenager. Well, I wanted to say to the masses that our foreparents fought for us, and so it's incumbent upon this generation to fight for the next generation to come. If we just be complacent, then no changes will come. Nelson Mandela said, you know, there were times when he was really feeling despair, but had he given up on humanity, that way would have led to death and despair. So he never gave up, and that's why we're out here today, because we still believe in humanity, even after the not guilty verdict.
I was here earlier where there's like this whole altercation with somebody saying nobody really cares. Okay, I forget my...
No, it's okay, it's okay. Me too.
Okay.
It's all right, take your time. Yeah.
Okay, so I was here earlier arguing with somebody the fact that they were saying that why aren't people as outraged when there's a black on black crime as when there is a white on black crime?
Why aren't people outraged?
Yeah, they say that they feel that the media made a lot of race baiting in this case and made it more of an issue that it was racism, and that the media doesn't really care about like black on black violence.
There is some truth. There is some truth to that. There's not a lot of attention given to black on black crime, but at least we forget there are a lot of people in the communities, local leaders and politicians who are fighting against black on black crime. It's just not on a broader forum as we would like it to be. But this one is, and so we take a stand on a local level, we take a stand on a national level, we take a stand on an international level. It doesn't matter if this was happening in Africa and I'm aware of it, I'm going to stand in Union Square and fight for those in Africa as well. It's a humanity thing.
We got to fight back! 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 Fight back!
This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what we want it. What do we want? Justice. What do we want it? Now.
Where do we want it?
Now. What do we want?
Justice.
Where do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Everything could have changed with you staying inside your vehicle. And that just proves your guilt right there. Because if it was nothing, it shouldn't have been nothing. You should have rolled off and everything would have been fine. So that's just how I look at it. It's just common sense, exactly like John God said. Likewise.
I'm co-chair of the Green Party of New York State. I'm here with other Green Party members and other activists to raise our voices against the scandalous non-guilty verdict for George Zimmerman for gunning down Travon Martin. It's not just about Travon Martin, but it's Sean Bell, it's Yusef Hawkins, it's Amadou Diallo, it's constant oppression, you're guilty if you're a young black man. And we have to raise our voices for those who are voiceless, but we also have to raise our voices for those who are brave, the true heroes who speak out, like Bradley Manning and Edward Snowden, who are considered criminals, as opposed to the NYPD and George Zimmerman, who are the criminals allowed to carry guns and shoot young black men because they're dressed in the way that they think means that they're thugs or criminals. The Green Party, if elected to office, would certainly put in effect a monitoring of the NYPD, also stricter gun control, standing up for social justice, and the big issue here is the economic disparity, where the 99% have very little resources. People are straddled with debt, they're losing their homes, they can't pay for school, they don't have any health care, while the corporations and the politicians that they support continue to reap benefits and huge amount of money, and so that's what the Green Party will change, the balance of power, to put the hands in the power of the people.
Stand up, fight back!
served to one person, we need to make it clear that it should be served to the rest of the community in the future.
Trayvon!
got justice. Travon Martin.
Trust me, you will be kicked aside the way this 17-year-old boy was. It is not just about black or white, it is about all of us. Hello, how are you?
We got the power! The whole world is watching! The whole world is watching! The whole world is watching!
Moment of silence! Moment of silence! I want absolute silence! I want absolute silence in Times Square, baby! Absolute silence! For the next minute! Moment of silence for the next minute! Hold on. Everybody, moment of silence. Let's go in prayer. Lord, Father God, see what we need, Lord. We want justice, more so we want peace and change. We've been quiet here for too long. Let us not be silenced. Let there be a move in Washington, D.C. today. Let there be a presence known in the entire world that this man will not die in vain. 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 This man will not die in vain.
My name is Marina Metalios, and I'm a New Yorker, and I heard about the rally, a rally, to protest the blanket acquittal, the blanket free ride for George Zimmerman, and I tried to figure out how I could join it. And my plans didn't work, but then I happened upon the march at 23rd Street and 2nd Avenue, and I'm so grateful I happened upon the march and to be here with brother, sister New Yorkers who are doing a beautiful job protesting the injustice of the Travon Martin decision. It's appalling. This rally has been spectacular, focused, angry, polite, respectful, and on message that Travon Martin needs justice. And Travon Martin will not die as a result of last year's bullet or this year's decision by judge and jury. Travon Martin lives as long as we are fired up, mad, focused, and we want justice for ourselves. One of the things I heard in the march was, I am Travon, we are Travon. I am Travon, we are Travon. That's true. It's very moving to me. I'm proud to be a New Yorker on a day like today. Proud, squared.
It's Maddie Hastings, and I was here as being a tourist, and then, you know, it kind of jumped in on it. Obviously, if it was a white guy instead of a black guy that got shot and murdered, he wouldn't have gotten murdered, and that it would have been a whole lot more casual. And since he was a black guy and he had a hooded jacket on, that's what made it like, that's why he was like, oh, I have to protect myself, oh, I have to pull out my gun and shoot him. He didn't have to. Like, why are you not listening to the police? Like, I don't understand. Like, I mean, when the police tell you to stay still and don't do anything, don't go after him, and then you decide to, you know, not obey the police rules, orders, and just go ahead and go, like, he just murdered a guy for when the police told him to stop, like, don't do anything, like, that's not right. Like, especially since he's a black guy, it's kind of like, oh, I need to actually go check this out, like, and not listen to the police, like, what is that?
I think the whole thing would have been different had he stayed in the car and followed the police.
Yeah, the guy wouldn't have been dead.
So I do think in some ways, though, the prosecutor made a mistake by going too far and asking for murder. If they had gone for manslaughter, he probably would have been able to get the jury to say, this is what, that's reasonable implication was at the time, and I'm not saying there's no way that it's right that it happened. He had stayed in the car, Travon would still be alive. The prosecution made a mistake by going murder, trying to make it a big issue, and that's their biggest mistake, and that's why we're also still here. But I do think that if the races were reversed, we would be talking, but then again, we wouldn't be talking because that happens all the time.
It's a whole shame. That's what it is.